And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
What if I just what if I just like throw it at you? Will that work? I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Oh. Well, I guess we're just gonna sit here forever then.
You squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now.
That's the plan.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Hello guys, and welcome back to Slay the Princess. New world, new us. Let's go.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Alright, jeez.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Oh, I've been trying, narrator. Not very hard, but I've been trying. Okay, I'm sold. Let's get this over with.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Okay, now is the time we need to come up with a plan. There's no point in making a plan because the plans never go as planned, and so there's no point in planning.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Alright, take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Let's go. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Every time.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Oh, she's always in charge.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
How could I ever forget about you, my darling?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Like I always say, she's not a threat to the world, but she's always a threat to us.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
I don't know, I tried talking last time and it didn't end well.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
Did you not just hear me, Hero? We tried talking last time. Yeah, like what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? What type of music do you like to listen to?
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
We're gonna tighten our grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Nope, nuh-uh. Nope. Not one bit.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
What if I just like, what if I just like throw it at you? Will that work?
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Oh. Well, I guess we're just gonna sit here forever then. Squint at the princess while holding onto the blade.
You stare at the princess, squinting.
Mm-hmm. It's doing something.
She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
I can do this all day. Squint at the princess even harder.
You squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now.
That's the plan.
You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Don't have to blink if you have coal for eyes. Slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Oh.
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Well, this is not good.
Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
Equal footing? She is towering over us right now.
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Give up! Finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here, either.
I'm down for this plan.
Excuse me?
I don't know what's going on, Hero. I'm just trying everything.
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job.
Oh, that's what that was. I thought I just had to burp. It's probably one of my organs wanting to escape from my body.
The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
It was fun? You had fun?
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
Probably not.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Adversary.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
We got a new princess! Let's go!
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Hey, hero. The narrator is stinky. Don't tell him I said that.
That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
Winning. Alright, let's go.
That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. Like I said, we've just met for the first time, you and I.
Of course. Just meeting for the first time, this one and only time. Alright, proceed into the cabin. Or proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Crystal, let's just get on with it already.
Proceed into the cabin.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
I like what she's done with the place. It's very nice, very rocky. The cabin is now in a quarry, I guess. I like it. Very nice.
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade?
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Okay, yeah. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Every single time.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
You already wasted so much time in the woods. Who even cares if there's a mirror?
You're right, it doesn't matter.
But it does matter. Don't you care if we're being lied to? If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us?
I've already learned this, but going up to the mirror never does anything, but we can try.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
We just got rid of the mirror.
But there was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
Alright, let's go. Enter the basement.
We can't lose with Jason Statham on our side.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulphuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Okay, I finally agree this time. With the sulfuric odor, probably. It smells like poots down here.
Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
What?
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Oh, we gonna fight it out. Let's go. Let's go. I'm warming up. I'm doing my stretches. Alright, let's go.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
Dang it.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Oh, she's a tiefling!
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
We're dead.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
Can't keep a good snowman down.
And you brought your little knife, too. Yes.
Why are you always shaming the size of my knife?
I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
I hope you heard all that, Mr. Narrator. This is a lot different than last time, but last time definitely happened.
What's that? Oh, that whole deja vu situation. Yes, it does seem like you and the princess remember each other, so let's say for a moment that I do believe you.
And?
For all we know, whatever happened to you last time was just a fluke, and beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember what happened last time. Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
You look different.
You look exactly the same.
Handsome, I hope. So you do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
I'm the best 3 minutes of your life. Heck yeah.
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first. Like, how are we both still alive?
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done.
Oh, that was easy.
Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I'm kind of with stubborn on this one. If we're beating the crap out of each other for the rest of our lives, she's not leaving the cabin, right? That's a plan. Alright, let's do it. That's the plan. We're fighting for the rest of our lives. Let's go. Attack the princess.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess.
They'd be like, we're gonna be like Xena Warrior Princess. Let's go.
Here we go. Let's make this count.
Oh, we'll make it count all right.
As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood.
Let's go.
But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Because this time we were the best 3 seconds of her life.
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me.
I mean, how could you tell?
It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart.
Alright, let's do our stretches. Let's go.
You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Well, I mean, if it's what you want, let's do it.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through. And don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action.
Alright, hero, I'm with you.
Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Always listen to hero. Alright, bait an opening and outmaneuver her. It's okay. We might be round, but we're quick. We're quick.
You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last.
We're doing good. Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her.
She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
I agree, hero.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
She's trying to get in our heads. She's trying to get in our heads. Let's just keep doing what we're doing.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
Okay, maybe we need to rethink this plan.
How disappointing.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter.
Son of a...
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3. The Eye of the Needle.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there.
I'm sorry, stubborn.
Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it.
I thought we could outmaneuver her. Like Hero said, she's big, but we're quick.
So what? You'd have us cower in a corner? No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met. It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you.
Oh gosh, we have all the voices again. We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. I wouldn't even call these woods. It's like her influence is poured out into the world.
It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further. Things are always changing. She changed, the cabin changed, we've changed. Why wouldn't the woods change too? Because they're not supposed to have changed. This is supposed to be a path in the woods. If it's not, it means something's gone horribly wrong.
What if I don't agree with the plan? What if I'd rather do something else?
You're the chooser. The best we can do is advise. But we can help if you let us.
Oh. Okay.
These are just powerless thoughts and opinions. You don't need to let them drag you and the world to ruin.
I don't know. Listening to them kind of helps. Or gets me killed. So it's 50-50. No matter what happens next, it seems like all of our answers are at the cabin. We might as well see this through. Proceed to the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament.
Not really, just going with the flow.
No last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind. I don't know, screaming sounds pretty good right about now.
I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Not even gonna mention the mirror.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Okay.
See? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there.
Okay, I'm kind of agreeing with you, Hunted. This is too confining, too claustrophobic. We need wide open spaces.
Take it!
That damn mirror's back!
A mirror? But there is no mirror. There's the iron altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. But there isn't a door. There is. Circles, circles, all of it circles. There's something for us at the end of the room. The what and the why don't matter until we know them. I agree with the freak. Let's get a move on already. And worst comes to worst, we can smash it.
I agree with the freak. Let's go. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Probably not gonna help us at all, but we can try.
Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any.
Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You're rather committed to the bit, aren't you? The door's right there, it's right in front of you. It's a bit grimy. Why don't we wipe it clean?
Yeah. Oh. Smash it.
You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead.
Gosh dang it.
Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort.
Okay. Everybody, watch your footing.
The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Okay, in my defense, I had performance anxiety, okay? There's no reason to shame me.
Goad her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
If you want to fight, then how about you come get one?
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
Nah, I bet you can get up here.
Those chains were nothing to her last time. And they'll be nothing to her this time. But we need to show ourselves first to make her boil over. Fine by me.
Continue into the basement landing.
You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you.
Oh gosh, how are we gonna climb our way out of this?
Remember, every crack and crevice will need to be faster than her.
Exactly.
You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness.
Okay, what's the plan now, boys?
Her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling! Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh, break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
Alright, let's go. Let's go.
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, and let her become frenzied.
She'll break them. Then we run.
Okay, Hunted.
I really don't like the sound of this.
We're trusting Hunted.
It's the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
Okay, we're gonna listen to Hunted. Step closer, stopping just outside her chains.
You step forward, stopping just outside the reach of her chains.
Don't get me killed, Hunted.
The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you?
No.
You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap.
Oh, we gotta run.
Run.
Yep.
Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance.
Okay, we gotta go, go, go.
As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Must go faster, must go faster.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
Keep going, keep going.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same?
'Cause I don't want to kill you.
Little bird, where do you think you're going?
We're almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there. And we'll take the fight with us. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass.
Alright, let's go. We're ready for the fight. We're ready.
You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me! Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head!
I take up room in your head? I live there rent-free? Nice.
Do it!
Are you sure you want to do this? You're free now, and out here I have the upper hand. But we don't have to fight.
The princess scoffs.
Free? This is just another place. This is just... What is this? Where are we? This doesn't feel right. It's cold. Why is it so cold?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I feel so tired.
Oh, she left. She left the cabin. You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
No, I think she's gone for good.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's gonna be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. That thing reeks of death.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
I'll see you on the other side. It's gonna be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
Trust me like I trust you guys.
I'd like to be somewhere nice.
Maybe there'll be a good fight there. Maybe we'll find her again.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You're nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and then another, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help, after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Probably too many to count, and it's probably best not to think about that. What is this place? Where are we?
A construct. It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done, and it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through. The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
I wasn't supposed to see this at all, was I?
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her.
So you do know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied it as even being a possibility. Why'd you lie to me?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant.
Makes sense.
And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
So you're the constant. Got it. And what's my true identity?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Why would you want to rid the world of death?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
I don't know, I've died like 45 times now, I think. Yeah, who cares about dying? I've died plenty of times.
You haven't. You've flirted with dying. You've played pretend. But your consciousness is an unbroken stream.
Are you a god? Or were you a god?
No. In life, I was painfully mortal. A witness to the end of days. I held the fear of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something. So I made you. And I made her. And I made this place to hold you both. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
You made us? Out of what?
The cycle of life and death. The endless pattern of creation and destruction. I tore it in two and shaped the fraying threads into you and her.
Oh. I'm not gonna slay her. I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god. Even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo. And every echo fades away.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, You see yourself with a newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
You know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
There has to be another way. This just can't come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do this.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. I crush you. I bleed you. I grind you to paste. My scars are a memory of what you used to be to me. I want those feelings back.
Oh. Well, so we kind of get a little glimpse of what we look like.
You run and you run far, and the flesh I hurl at you is answered by the empty air of a place I'd never been. Cold and lonely, but also true. I didn't know what to make of my freedom then, but I know what to make of it now.
Please don't hurt me.
You challenged me, and by challenging me, you gave me purpose. A life without obstacles is no life at all.
I mean, you're not wrong there. Address this vessel statement directly. We've both become better for what we've been through, haven't we?
We have. Look at what we are now, and see how small we were then.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another.
Okay, I'm so happy that I wasn't the only one that was flippin' scared of this one. I look horrified. And I was.
But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
I wish I could share my heart with you.
But you already have, in so many ways. It is beautiful and adored. When movement slows and the dust settles, I hope you'll leave with me. A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust.
Oh, the thorn was so amazing.
When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
I agree. Of course I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation. A
shiver passes through you as unseen fingers dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return it.
Hey, killer.
I offer you absolution, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was you to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
And I would sacrifice everything to free you again.
And yet there is nothing left for you to sacrifice, so long as you accept me with open arms.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Hey, hero. Which hero are you?
I'm all of them, I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence.
Okay.
There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
Let's do it. I like your plan.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, and everything's like melded together.
Do you need me to describe things?
It would be nice for old time's sake.
That'd be nice. A little comfort in an almost unfamiliar place.
Exactly.
Oh, you made it here too? We never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean.
This one? I'd like that description now, if you don't mind. For old time's sake.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's not really a cabin, is it? It's that terrifying blend of everything. Only it doesn't feel so terrifying anymore. It's still shaped like a cabin, it's just different in places. There's still walls, a door to the basement, a table, that knife. Windows. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really included the windows in his cabin descriptions, did he? I always thought they were implied. He never mentioned the mirror either, but that didn't mean he implied it was there. It's gone, though. I think it did whatever it needed to do.
So the mirror was him.
And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Okay. Is it just the three of us? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
And I've been here since you left me here. No hard feelings, I'm just glad you're back to see this through.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Really goes to show how much you've grown up. Killing somebody across every iteration of reality just by existing. I don't even know what I would do if I were in the driver's seat with that kind of power.
It's funny, after everything he put us through, I'm kind of sad to see him go.
Me too. He was a lot of fun. Really easy to mess with.
I like you, contrarian.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seems to give us more things we can do, right? So you're not going to suggest we throw it out the window?
Oh, that's still an option.
No, we've been through too much for that. And he's gone, so there's no one left to mess with but ourselves. You've gotten serious. Besides, what's the third beat? It isn't funny if I suggest that twice, especially since you never took me up on it last time.
Oh, I tried.
There's the guy I know.
I wanted to throw the blade out the window.
You actually did it! I know I just told you not to, but I'm proud that you did it anyways. It's like you've finally left the nest.
Oh, I love you.
Yeah, just like that it's gone, isn't it? Blade tossed, glass shattered. I guess we'll have to make do without it. There's your third beat. Hey! You're right. Good work. That was really funny.
Oh, it was so funny. Enter the basement.
Those winding stairs again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
No, the first time, every time, puts a smile on my face.
Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being fun pretty quick.
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time. We don't know what you want from us, but let's talk. All of us. Maybe we can help you find your way.
Wait, what?
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. At least somebody here feels put together.
Is this the stranger? Continue down the stairs.
And forward we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting. That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. No weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart.
Oh, look at her. Oh, the stranger is so adorable. I love her.
Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
So you didn't bring the knife. After all the lives we've lived together, and all the lives we haven't, you somehow found a way to move outside of the script.
And it was fun too. I got to finally toss the blade and I loved it.
Are we missing a page?
Sit with them. I never got a chance to talk to you before you were taken away. Not you, at least. I'm sorry for what I did to you.
That's okay. No hard feelings. In a way, you helped us become a version of her. But we weren't very good at it. A conversation with us then probably wouldn't have been very insightful. That's probably why we were taken away. That's all we had to offer you. It was time to change again.
Oh, and you were the most adorable. I wanted to save you the most.
After all we did, she's just forgiving us. Just like that. You know, that means a lot.
Yeah, we were kind of buttholes. It's good to finally see you again.
It is, for all of us. We've seen so many threads of stories told between us, but this moment is unexpected. Even when we've seen it all, you still managed to surprise us.
I surprised you. You surprised me. I didn't even expect you to be here. At least not like in this form. Are you the same as you are out there?
Yes, we think. We're kind of like a shadow. Out there, every part of us is blended together into one huge idea. A big wave of unyielding change crashing against the world. But in here, we're fractured. Small. Still a little more separate than we'd like to be. Our instincts still trying to pull us in different directions.
That's kind of like us, isn't it?
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, we really are the same.
Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
It's so tempting to speak as she would, to simply state that we're all of them, but there were also something new. We don't know if you'll find that answer satisfying. Perhaps you'd rather hear that we're the first version of her that you've met, but that we've been shaped by the experiences of all of the others.
Oh, okay.
Yes. That feels right to us.
It's her. It wouldn't make sense if she was anyone else.
I don't think I want to be a god.
Hard agree. Seems overrated. Too much pressure.
Exactly.
But that's what you've always been, even now. You can't put aside such an important part of who you are, and neither can we.
Can we just stop being gods?
So, you might as well embrace it.
What do you think of her? What she wanted us to be?
We don't know. We've seen through so many eyes, but all of them have been hers.
We like you as you are. We like us as we are. Maybe we would have liked her version of us too, turning the wheel of a cosmic cycle together. But that's not the choice you made, even though she did everything in her power to convince you. It took courage for you to make your way down here, away from the paths others would have had you walk. We find that courage beautiful.
But that's the worst part of us. That's me she's talking about. I think that's the point. There is no worst part of us.
We're all the worst. So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
We're just a stranger. But that doesn't mean we have to be distant from you. It just means that we'll always be able to find new things to discover in each other.
That's sweet. But it's also a little sad.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's only sad if we want it to be sad.
None of this was ever really fair to either of us, was it?
Is it unfair if it's our fault?
Was it not? We found you at the end of all things, and you found us. Is that not fair? Would this moment be what it is without the pain that built to it?
I mean, you're right, but it's just crappy that we gotta go through it.
We know we must sound like her, but it's how we feel. Everything that happened to us seems so important now. We walked a long and winding path together, and we've cherished every second of it.
Oh.
Besides, I don't think fairness has much to do with anything.
I think you're right. What if we just leave?
He'd hate that. So you should do it. Even if he isn't here anymore, it's the spirit of the thing.
I agree. It's what we've been trying to do this whole time. So let's do it.
Leave? But what would happen if we left with you? Would we exist inside ourselves? Are you sure you want to find out if that's possible, or what that would mean for you?
I kinda just want to leave with you.
Is that what you want?
Take her hand in yours. I always wanted to leave with you, but I didn't like being a god. I wanted to walk through that cabin door as we are, just you and me.
After so many iterations, so many different versions of us clashing and coming together and clashing again, leaving with you feels like all we ever really wanted.
We're gonna do it!
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Bye, hero.
Yeah, I think we've done our job.
Bye, contrarian. You sure you don't want to come?
Yeah, it wouldn't feel right. But I'll be okay. We'll be okay.
Okay.
See? I'm not even alone. If he's here with me, I'm sure we can find the others too.
Leave with the princess. Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there's an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel their hands tremble in yours. They're unsure of themselves for the first time in their long and short existence. They have no part to play anymore. And they know this. Yet, they still are. And then they cross the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with them. I'm so happy!
We can feel the threads of all the stories we've told together, all pulling us back down the stairs and into those chains where we know the outcome of everything that could ever come to pass. It's comfortable there, but it's confining. We want more. We want whatever might be on the other side of this door. Something new that we'll experience together, with someone who exists outside of us.
Let's go.
With someone who can see us in a way we can never see ourselves.
I love you.
And we love you too.
what happens next. Oh my gosh. I loved this one even more than the last. Everything about this game is so amazing. The writing, the music, the illustrations. Oh, this game has my heart. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I will see you next time. Bye. See ya.